preparations we're doing for Christmas. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it. We're reading from Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 15 through 18. So it reads, "The Lord your God will raise up for you a prophet like me from among you, from your fellow Israelites. You must listen to him. For this is what you asked of the Lord your God in Oreb on the day of the assembly, when you said, Let us not hear the voice of the Lord our God, nor see his great fire anymore, or he will die. The Lord said to me, What they say is good. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among the fellow Israelites, and I will put my words in his mouth. He will tell everything I command him." So Moses at the time was addressing Israel, and he was discussing just overall Israel's covenant obligations in this book. And in this portion of the Bible, he's specifically speaking about leadership. And then he mentions that a leader from among them was going to rise and whom God would speak through. So the Israelites didn't know who this would be, or that eventually he would establish God's kingdom here on earth. But Moses made it specifically clear. You must listen to him. It wasn't a suggestion. And so that raises the question, why? And it's because if we truly believe that Jesus is the living Christ and that he died for us and not all scripture is God-breathed, why would we want not to follow our Creator and the one who established all order and truth? So our purpose fully derives from the Lord, and it's his commandments and calls to obedience from him that actually is for our own good. So I know sometimes we don't like to be told what to do, or you may be that person who really likes to tell others what to do. But we see that this definition of leadership, God's definition, is actually countercultural to their time and even ours now. And so in Matthew it reads, Matthew 25 through 28, Jesus calls them together, and this is his disciples, and says, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as ransom for many." So Jesus didn't come to be the boss that maybe wasn't so kind or makes all kinds of demands, like a Scrooge. But instead, he is the one who puts in the most work, or in this case, he did when he went to the cross for us. So now that we know this model of leadership that Christ established and models, we also need to understand the mission of Jesus' leadership. It was to lead all out of slavery and bondage to sin and into the promised land of freedom and eternity. So in Colossians 1:13 and 14, it talks about this. And it says, "For he received us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, and in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." So we no longer have to live in wander in darkness. We have Jesus to follow as the way, the truth, and the life. So this is the good news that you should take to heart. I'm just praying for your heart this Christmas, and that you see Jesus as the greatest leader that you could ever ask for, and that you just follow him and his example that he sets for us. God bless.